Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Lazarus, and I am here today with another exciting episode of Adobe Creative Cloud Express. I will be walking you through our plant-based shop, our plant shop. That's what you call it. It's called Plant Exposition, and we are going to be making social banners today. But if you missed out yesterday, we walked through how to make some brochures or flyers or anything that you might need for kind of your point of sale. So I'm really excited to walk you through Adobe Creative Cloud Express and start showing you how you can quickly make great social graphics. I know it's, spring is sprung. We're in March now. So let's give you some tools to kind of spring clean your Instagram or your social post, whatever it is. Or maybe you need to just plant some seeds of new ways of doing your social game. So come on over with me, share my screen, and we are going to start walking you through just Creative Cloud Express. If you just go to adobe.com/express, you'll start to see the great landing page where you can start to understand all the great benefits behind Creative Cloud Express. Essentially, the value prop is you don't have to be a designer to make great looking, great performing, creative. You can be running your business, just really quickly need to make a social post or a new flyer. All that stuff can be done in seconds, minutes at max, and you can save a lot of time with the template. So as soon as you go in, you log in with your Adobe Creative Cloud Express account, you will see that you've got this beautiful dashboard where you can start getting the quick actions tray. You can do anything from remove backgrounds from images, resize assets. You can trim videos, recite user videos, merge them. You can even work in PDFs. So lots of great little exciting kind of value and time savers for you to use. So if you scroll through, you can already start looking at some of the templates that you might want to use on a daily basis. You've got your Facebook posts, your posters, all that good stuff. And then at the bottom, you've got your recent projects. So right now we're working on Plant Exposition. I won't take up all your time by showing you how to build a brand. You can go back into the previous video where I touch on it briefly, but essentially you have a section in your Creative Cloud Express on the left bar on the side that you can start to plug in your brand. So if you already have one, that's great. If not, you can make one really quickly in Adobe Creative Cloud Express. If you have multiple brands like I have with Main Post here, which is a real estate business, and then I've got our Plant Exposition, which is our plant shop. If you click on the breadcrumbs or the kind of trail menu here, you can click Make Default, and that will bring your brand to the front of every project you're doing. Since we're working on Plant Exposition, I've made this the default, and now I can go in here. Also in that button, you'll see that there's an invite. So you can invite other people to collaborate. You can also delete it. But if you're working with a team of people, they want these assets, you can just invite them there. We're going to click Manage just so you can see all the great things you can do with the brand. So you can upload different color logos, so you can, I've got several different options. I've got one with a color background. That's green background, and then I've got a cream background as well. But you can also use transparent background. So in our more logo section, you can just go in there and upload. I've got a bunch of different options just in case I might need it for a social post or a flyer or a brochure, a PDF, anything I might need, all can live right there in that logo section. You can even go in and add your own colors. Right now, it just automatically can pull the image color as well. So that's great if you have a full color logo. But then you can also add extras. You can add secondary, tertiary, more if you need. It's all super helpful. And then you can also create themes. So I haven't done that for this project. I'm doing a little bit ad hoc, but you can set different themes with it as well. So it's just super easy to plug and play, saving you lots and lots of time. You can also go to the font section. So you can create your own hierarchy. You can do headlines, bodies, all that stuff. There's a great selection. You can also add your own fonts, and that will give you the option of kind of plopping it in to the actual the font editor. So that's great. So if you have any branded fonts, please feel free to use those. All right, so without further ado, we're going to jump straight into our project space. So I'm going to go back to the main dashboard. We have a bunch of different options. I'm actually going to start us off with taking from our previous project. So we've got a flyer that we worked on yesterday, and now to kind of build out the robust suite of marketing assets we might use, I'm going to actually just take the flyer and then show you really quickly how you can make that a social post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click that breadcrumbs icon, the kebab, if you want, the drop down, and I'm going to click duplicate. By duplicating, I will now rename it to Insta. I'll take off flyer, duplicate, boom. And then that'll give me a copy. And what I can do with this copy now is I can go to edit project, and then I can click on the right side of the screen. So you've got these great options. You can start seeing where you can pull in color palettes, you can change the backgrounds, you can add animations. But what we're going to focus on right now, just for this specific piece, is the resize option on the right side. So by clicking the resize button, I now have the option of either, I know we had a poster yesterday that we were doing by 8.5 by 11. I can resize that if I want it to be a poster, maybe I need it for the wall, I can also do that. So there's a ton of different options. Right now, this is in the print section since it's already starting as a print asset. What we're going to go to is, instead of doing a social profile, we're going to scroll down, and you have the option to use an iPhone or a phone background, a square background, square size, which would be your 1-to-1 for a social post. We're just going to click that because that's all we need really for just like an Instagram post. I'm going to zoom out just a tiny bit by pulling up, but you can also do that at the bottom here. I'm going to, my Creative Cloud. Let's reload that real quick. Cool. Great thing about working with Adobe Creative Cloud Express is that everything is saving real time. So if anything ever happens, you don't have to worry about losing progress or saving anything. It's great. It's awesome. I've had a stream in the past where my computer died unexpectedly, and typically you might lose your projects. This is a great way to keep it all saved and quickly work from it. So what I'm gonna do is actually go back to the resize button and just click the square square size. I'm going to adjust the background image. I'm gonna pull it over to the side, and I'm going to make it larger. And now we've got this beautiful 1-by-1 shape, but now a little bit of the silhouette. So it looks very similar to the poster or the brochure we've already made. But now I can just start to maybe think about, okay, is this going to read well on social? Maybe it's a little bit small if somebody's going to be scrolling past it. So maybe I need to get the type a little bit bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the bottom corner, and I'm just going to pull it up. Just pull the sizes, make it a little bit bigger, and then I'm just going to center it on the canvas. And by centering it, you can use that like magenta guide, and that will help you know where you're centering the artboard. The blue lines are centering it to different assets. I'm going to move this down, just lower it. And I'm going to, I think this is probably a good pairing. I'm going to just make sure that it's aligned horizontally centered by clicking the edit selection. I can also align vertically, but that's going to push both the layers centered, and you can't read that way. So I'm just going to move that back up, and then I'm going to pull this down. I'm going to group it, and that way I can move both of them together. And then I'm going to align it to that magenta line again. Cool. So maybe the spring sail needs to be a tiny bit bigger. That's probably pretty nice. So I can also, I can just pull out the zoom just so I can see maybe a little preview of how this might look on somebody's social feed. So I'm just trying to see, is this legible? Can people see it? Maybe I need to actually continue to make the Monday, March 28th a little bit bigger. So let me do that real quick. Again, just placing it in that space is really nice. The great framing from these leaves are super duper helpful. Let me just pull this up. Cool. Sweet, so that's done. So now essentially all you need to do is just click download, and then you can post it. So you can download it as a PNG, a JPEG, or PDF. If you're just posting this on social, I would recommend just a JPEG or PNG. You don't really need a PDF for this. So this is super helpful. Look at that. That took probably less than a minute just to get that kind of new post done just straight from the flyer that you've already made. We also have the option of just going straight into the new projects button, click it, and you can already see how many great, incredible default templates you already have to work with, whether it's an Instagram post, social, logos, flyers, all these things are great. But since we're focusing on social today, we're going to go to Instagram stories. Since we just made a post, I see a lot of friends in chat today. Sean, Cody, PJ, what's up, everybody? How are you all doing? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go here, and we are going to start opening up some templates. I'm going to type in plant, plants, plural. go straight down. In this, by typing in our keyword here, you'll start to get a bunch of really great kind of pre-made assets for you. And you can pick or choose to either make one from scratch if you want to, but to save a lot of time, I recommend just scrolling through and finding pieces that you enjoy and then using that as a framework for your brand or your business. I am looking for one that I think might give me enough flexibility to animate. Let me see if I can find, maybe plant single will give us what I want. Da-da-da. All right, let me scroll. Ooh, this one could be fun to animate. All right, cool. So this one already feels kind of close to my brand. Again, to remind everybody, we can go in here and just type out our typeface if we don't have it already listed in our brand. Sustainability Expo. I'm going to capitalize the E for fun. And I'm going to bring it into my brand palette. So I'm going to change this background color to be our brand. So if you've done the work and you've put your brand into Adobe Creative Cloud Express, then you can see up here in the top right of this shape color section, the brand color for Plant Exposition. That's our brand colors. So we want to just make sure we use them and then pull it down, and I will make this bigger and then make the text box a little bit wider to incorporate the 2020, but it's 2022. So we're going to change that. Boom. Okay, cool. So this image is kind of interesting. I wonder if I need to, let's see here. Let me test the animation real quick. So I'm going to do animation, and we've got the ability to both animate the type that we have. Let me change that to 2022 just also so it's consistent. All right, so we've got options. With our animation presets on the side, you can text animate, which will do obviously just the type. You have the ability to change between different options. If you're doing typewriter, you can do the whole word kind of going in parallel, or you can do each letter kind of being sporadically typed. Shauna says, I like that typeface, Laz. Yes, Hobo is the best typeface. It's super fun to use. It was not very popular for a long time, but now it's fun again. So I love it. You've also got the ability to dynamically transition the type. It's more, I think this is a stronger one for maybe a paragraph than just these like titles almost. And then you got the drop. You've also got the flicker effect. So it almost feels like a neon sign kind of trying to figure out what it's going to do. You got color shuffle, which will affect all the assets on the page. It's a little bit too stroby for my liking, so I'm not going to use it for this piece. Little chaotic, but I think it works really well for certain things like a call to action that says like swipe up or go here. Those can all work really well. And then you got the grow. But I think for this one, I might see if the pan option will work for me. It might not give me everything I need. Maybe the zoom, no. Maybe I need to find a different asset. So anyways, slide is a good one. I was hoping that I could slide the image in. Let's grow to a different template real quick. Just another kind of basis for what we're going to work on today. Let me find. There's always so many great templates that you can start with on Adobe Creative Cloud Express. It's just a matter of finding the one that speaks to you. All right, let's see here. Oh, this good. Cool. I'm going to use this piece. I think it's pretty interesting. Let's try to just throw in our own brand font. I know the cursive is really cool, but I think maybe let's grab this. I'm going to duplicate this type layer. So by duplicating, it's right there, or Command D, and I'm going to pull it down. And then I'm going to put cactus. And then I will probably just try to bring it there. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to edit the background and make that our green color. Maybe it actually needs to be our cream. No. The answer was no. So I'm going to do that and this. Great. So that's looking pretty good. I wonder if I just change the type to be gridded, what will that do for me? Wow, cactus. All right, so I'm gonna grab both of these and I'm going to try to center them. Cool. It's kind of interesting. Now I need to probably throw my logo in there. So let me throw logos. I'm gonna grab this transparent one. So as you can see, it's just loads in for you. You can pull it wherever you need to. Maybe there's a little bit of this in there. Yesterday we worked on we made a little lockup for like Leaf Laugh Love, which is super fun. I love having a good pun in my collateral, so it's always fun when you can mess with that. Cool, so I've got a little stamp there. It could also go just straight in the middle. Maybe that's a better piece. Oh, that's not too bad. Cool, let me just make sure that it's all centered and acting correctly. Let me group that and then pull that to the center, and then this will snap to that. Cool. It's looking pretty fun. All right. Nice. All right, let me animate now. Let's see if we can just do a little quick animation. We can do the typewriter again. Wild cactus. Let's see. Is that gonna work? Again, we don't have tons of copy in there. We can probably put a little bit of extra copy in. So I'm going to grab my address. I'm going to just go into text over here. I'm going to add your text. So instead of just duplicating, you can always add your own. There's some really fun kind of defaults for you that you can start messing with in the sidebar. Again, the great thing about Adobe Creative Cloud Express is that you don't have to come to the table with all these solutions. Somebody else might have already thought of some for you. So it's a great opportunity to just make your work get done a lot faster. All right, I'm going to shrink this down, and then I'm going to just pull this into one line, just like that. Nice. Okay, cool. That's feeling pretty good. I'm going to just make sure, yeah, that fits that space really well. It's simple. It balances out the top of the logo. Cody Bear says wild cactus is a cute name for a plant store too. It absolutely is. It's super fun. I love that name. Let's see here. Photo animation, the zoom could be, oh, I think that's actually really interesting. Let's see what other options we get. So I don't think that the pan gives us all the excitement as the cactus coming towards us or fading away. I think maybe the fading away might feel probably better. I think you have to think about sometimes when you're looking at the intended audience, who's going to be viewing your collateral piece, how is it making them feel? So whenever I think about this stuff, a cactus coming towards somebody might be a little bit, I don't know, jarring or scary because cactuses are pretty prickly. So I think maybe having the cactus fade away into the background is a really good, just subtle way of letting people not get scared of your cactus coming at them. So yeah, I think this is actually a great post. So I'm happy with it. We're going to ship it. In order to ship it, we're going to just download the MP4 video, and then you'll be able to post that video to your story or your post, all that good stuff. So I like this piece a lot. I'm going to just go back and show you what I did earlier. So I'm going to say wild cactus post. So in that top left corner of the screen, you can save your project, you can name it, all that good stuff. I'm just gonna click out of it, make sure it's saved. Cool, it's saved right there. And I'm gonna go to the projects page. So I like that post. I think it's cool, or that story. I'm gonna duplicate that because it's super simple. And then I'm gonna say post. So maybe the other one was story, but I should have named it better, but. All right, now I'm gonna duplicate it. And within seconds, you can see this is coming together super, super well, super easy. Like within 5 minutes, you can have a social post ready to go. So again, just gonna click the resize button and go social post now. And look, that's already so simple. Let's watch the animation and make sure we're still happy with it. So now, again, it's just resized the image for you. You literally could be done doing your design work for the day in just a matter of minutes, which is awesome. Get you back to running your business. Cool. So this is done also. So I could just download this. Literally, what did that take? 30 seconds to get another post. It's pretty insane. I might just make this a little bit bigger. Just if you want to get super fussy with it, you can. I will also just make this type just a tiny bit bigger so it's a little bit more legible. But I mean, I'm just constantly baffled with the power of Adobe Creative Cloud Express. All right, cool. I think this, I'll just shrink it down a little bit. Get really fussy with things sometimes. Boom, down, another post is done. We can also crop this additionally if we need to, if we want it to feel a little bit more square. We have those options. I'm messing with the cropping of it, the width, all that stuff. Cool, this feels pretty good. All right, boom, done, easy. All right, I'm done fussing, it's done, ship it. Let's make another post. Let's see, we've got 5-6 minutes left. We can make another post really, really fast. I'm gonna take this previous project that we did, which was this poster that we did yesterday. I'm gonna go back out, I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm gonna say sales fly post, duplicate. Sean says the zoom of a cactus coming towards you will definitely wake you up. I agree. All right, let's edit project. Let's go in there and then we'll resize it again to 1x1. Boom. All right, cool. So this is the image, the background circle needs to get a little bit bigger. Just pull that and center it. So really all you have to do whenever you're resizing things is just make sure that it's stacked the correct way that you want it. Now that it's a different dimension or different size, it might adjust where the spacing is that you need to focus on the post. But honestly, super easy. Again, it's just made our job so much faster and so much easier to get that work done, which is great. All right, let's see. Now that we have a bunch of different elements, how is that going to interplay? How is that going to affect the animations that we have now? I might take Pete's contact information off because it is a social post. All right, animation, do this really quickly. Do I want to try the color shuffle? This might be a little crazy. It's a little crazy. Let's not do crazy. All right, typewriter. Okay, interesting. I like that it starts with the 30% off. Dynamic. Dynamic goes in the center. Flicker. It's very fancy. All right. Let's see here. A slidey boy. No. Blur. You can always do the blur. I don't think blur works for this particular image. I think typewriter might work really well because you get that 30% value prop early in the post. So I think this is actually super. Yeah, it works. It works just from a streamline, get the message out there. There's a sale coming, 30% off, just start to use it. And you've already got the little, the heart loads in as well. So honestly, great, easy. Within the last, we've made so many posts already so fast. It's pretty amazing. So I will look at this again. Let's see here, got 3 minutes. Let's do another one. All right, Instagram story, plant template. Plant. Let's go. We can do this. 3 minutes. All right, let's grab this piece. I think this is a good one with the color. It's already got some really cool background elements happening. I'm going to put this there. I'm going to change this to hobo. Plant. Oop, I need to highlight the type. Plant exposition. Change the left line. Hobo. Change the brand color. Change the left line. All right, cool. Let's do this. Let's see here. Let's do enjoy, sip and seed, coffee and cactus. Cool. I just did plant exposition. I'm going to actually not have it staggered like that. I'm going to change that to magic. No, left line. Cool. I'm going to adjust the letter spacing between the letters just so it's a little bit more legible. Make this bigger. I'm going to pull it up. Boom. And then I'm going to just copy paste our business address that is made up. And I'm going to put it there. Boom. Now everybody knows where to attend. I'm going to change out one of these. I don't need a hot cocoa because it's cactus season. I'm going to replace that really quickly with a cactus. Cactus. What I love about the Adobe Creative Cloud keyword search is that if I already have an image saved, it's going to pull it for me, or like pull the keywords, which is super, super helpful. So like you saw, I had the hot cocoa and it was saying, oh, hot drinks. So it's super, super helpful. Let me just change out this image as well and replace that. See, it says hot drinks. It's already pulling that kind of content aware from the last image. Cactus. I'm going to click cactus really quickly and hit cactus, save, and then load that image. And we've got another post ready to go, and you can adjust the kind of cropping and things as well. But that's it. We did it. We made like 5 posts in less than 30 minutes. We crushed it. So I'm super happy with us. Go team. Woo. Hopefully that plants the seeds for your next social post, and look forward to seeing y'all soon. Stick around for more Adobe Live after this. Bye, everyone.